Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video we are going to talk about the another functionality of Firebase, that is authentication feature. So basically if you are enabling your authentication like email based login, mobile based login, or any type of platform based login in your current application, so at that time initially you need to do it in a database. Like you need to store the different users, you need to give the roles, you need to manage their passwords. So to avoid these things, Firebase has already introduced its another functionality called Firebase Authentication. So in Firebase Authentication there are different methods by which you can sign in or log in your users with the different techniques. So you have to implement that before using it. So let's talk about how we can implement those things in our Android app. So let's jump back to our studio, and now we have to add another dependency. So mark your build.gradle file, go in that and paste this dependency. Okay, so where do you find that dependency? I will provide it in the description also. Otherwise you can go to Google and search Firebase Auth dependency for Android, or you can just simply type on that. You will redirect it. Just click on the first link. You will be redirected to official documentation page. In that, scroll down. First one is BOM dependency, that used for another functionalities, or it is a platform built functionality. Here is the second functionality we want. Just copy this thing and paste it in our Gradle file. Then click on sync now. So it will take a few minutes. So as you can see, it is successfully built. So close this file. So now before using Firebase authentication, we need to go to our Firebase console, and here we have to enable our authentication part. So in the console on the left side, click on the build. In that you can see authentication. Okay, so when you click on authentication, just click on the get start button. So here you can see the demo video also from official documentation. So as you can see, these are the different methods or different ways by which we can sign in and sign out our user from our application. Okay, so like basic things are email and password, phone, anonymous, Google, Facebook, play games, GitHub, Apple, etc, etc. So for this video we are going to talk about email and password. It is the simplest way, as well as you can say one of the most used by different application. So if you have a privacy issue or user verification part, you can use phone method also. In phone method, OTP is generated, and based on that OTP, user is logged into your devices or not. Okay, so for our method we will use email and password. Just click on that and just enable. So here another thing is email link passwordless sign in. So for this functionality we will make it as disable by default, and we will just save. Okay, so email and password enabled. So in the users tab you can see there is no user added. If you want to add the user, you can add this user from email and password over here, but we will add the user from the app itself. So this is the step we need to complete in our console. So let's jump back to our video, to the Android part, right? So now we will create one another activity. So where user have to register them first, and then we have to log in. So basically there will be two activities. So initially we will create the register one. So activity, empty views activity, and we will make it as, or else we will make it afterwards, register. Okay, finish. Okay, so this is basic activity. So what we will do, we will copy our text views, right? Because we don't want to go into layout again and again. So we will just copy for our sake. We will go to split. We will make this layout as, sorry, linear layout. We will make it orientation as vertical. Then we will add this field. So here, rather than employee data, we will say register employee. Then here we will say email. Again, we will copy this edit text and make it as password. So, but now if you type some letters over here, so it will be visible. To avoid that, we will set input type as password. So here are various types. So text visible, text web, text password, number password. So here we want text password. So it will be a combination of number and text as well. And also we will provide input type to this email part because we want text as a email. Okay. So it will auto verify if the entered fields are correct or not. Then we will add button. Okay, so button is for registration, right? So we will give a text of register. We will provide one ID as register. Then we will set margin. Okay. And then what we will do, we will display the text view. Uh, Here we will make it as 15 SP. We will remove the bold. I will tell you what is this for. Go to login. So basically whenever the user clicks on this, it will redirect to our login page. Go to login. Okay. So this part is done. So now again, same things we have to do, like copying the data from the input, like email and pass button as register, then text view as go to login. So also you can implement on click functionality on any of UI component. So here I am using text view or a text to go to the logging functionality. So email is equals to find view by id r.id dot email. I will just copy this 4. This is for pass. This is for register. And this is for to login. We will implement the go to login after we create our login activity. Before that, we will do these important tasks. Register dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. So basically, if you type new and capital V, it will automatically suggest you. Just press on enter; it will automatically generate this on click function for you. And in that, now we need to check if email dot get text dot to string dot is empty or pass dot get text dot to string dot is empty. If it is empty, then we need to display a toast message that is enter data. Okay. And then else, if everything is fine, then we need to register our user. So for that, we will do auth dot create user with email and password. This is the by default method used for creating user. Okay, and here we need to pass email dot get text dot to string as a first parameter, comma, second parameter will be our password. Same, get text dot to string. So why I'm writing get text dot to string? Because password and email are the input boxes or edit text, so that we need to get their value, right? So for that I'm writing like this. So we will add the incomplete listener for that. So let's check if the task is successful, then we will display a simple toast message called registered user or registration successful. Okay, so here registration will be successful, and we will add another listener, that is add on failure listener. So what will failure listener do? Failure listener will provide the by default error or error that came from Firebase itself. So with the help of these we can simply get to know what is our issue, and we also display the message to user that user will understand what is wrong, what is the purpose I am not successfully registering, right? So we will display it as error dot e dot get message dot to string. So why I'm writing like this e dot get message? So basically e is nothing but it is a exception. So exception nothing but a value or a error message or error provided by Firebase. So we are getting their particular message in the text format. So this method retrieves that, and we will display it in our toast. Okay, so let's give it a try. Okay, so as we can see here, our login page is not appeared, right? Sorry, registration page is not appeared. So to do that, we have to change a little bit in Android manifest file. So basically we have to change our launcher activity. So now we have three activities in our app. So our main activity is our launcher activity. Launcher activity is nothing but the activity that starts whenever our application is open. Okay, so for that these are the intent filters used. So these filters helps to start our activity as first. So we will cut that part in the main activity section. We will set exported as true, and we will set register activity exported as true. Then we will close this like that, and we will provide this thing inside that. Okay, so you can do this automatically when you create the activity. In the activity creation window there is an option or checkbox called launcher activity. So when you tick on that, it will automatically add these files to uh, your manifest file or that particular activity. So to get a better idea, I am displaying or showing you in that way. While creating login page I will show you there also. So let's try it again. Hopefully it should work, there will be no errors. Let's try. So when we say abc@gmail.com will be my email, and 123456. So as you can see, the password field is avoiding the display of characters. So when you click on register, so as you can see, registration success. Let's see our user is appeared in our list or not. So we will refresh. As you can see, ABC and password is hide in the background, and you can see the user ID is automatically generated. So let's see our error functionality. It gives error or not. Like, let's see, I will just type ABC, and if I click on register, it shows error called the email address is badly formatted. So this is the different error provided by Firebase itself. So we need not to worry about these different things. So with the help of on failure listener we can achieve those things. Okay, so now our registration part is done, right? What we will do, we will remove these values as well. Email dot set test as null, and password dot set text as null. So basically after successful creation this value will be automatically disappear. Okay, so now let's go to creation of our login activity. So same, we will click anywhere new activity, then we will get empty views activity. So as you can see here there is option called launcher activity. So just click on that launcher activity. Here we will name it as login, and we will set to finish. It will take a few minutes to initialize all these things. Yeah, it is initialized. Now what we will do, we will just simply copy our registered page UI from here, because like we all need those things similar, right? So not need to create it another time. And here we will do linear layout, orientation with vertical. So here login. Okay, so employee name, sorry, email and password field should be same. Here just we have to change as login, and here we have to make it id as login. And rather than go to login, we have to go to register. Go to register. Okay, so in the login, go to login part, we have remaining our go to login part. Sorry, it is bit of confusing. Like we have a text field that says go to login. So when we click on that functionality, it should go to login activity, right? So for that, we need to do few things. So we will do that. Go to login is our text view dot set on click listener, new view dot on click listener. Then here we will pass our intent is equals to new intent, and here we will pass this. We need to pass register dot this. Then we have to pass the another activity name, that is login dot class, and then we need to start our activity with intent. Okay, so when we click on the go to login text, it should redirect to login activity or login page. Okay, so now there are a few similar functionalities we have to do. So we will copy these few things in the login file. Okay, so rather than register, we will name it as login and go to register, and here we will set login, go to register, register. All errors are gone. Again we need to do the same thing. That's why I'm going to copy all these things with the go to login as well, because same functionality but naming is different, and of main important you can say method is different. So here we will go with go to register, and here we will just change it as login and then register. Okay, so in this window it will go from login activity to register activity. So we have to change all the post messages as it is. When click on login button, all this should be done. So now you might think the method should be different, right? You are guessing it right. So there is a method called sign in with email and password. So for creating or registering user, we used a method called create user with email and password, as we are using email and password functionality from Firebase. And for login part, we will use sign in with email and password. Okay, so now we have to do another thing, that is, if the user is sign in successfully, if it is successful, then it should go to the main, our main activity. Okay, So in some purposes it can be your home activity, but for our purpose it will go to add employee data file, right? Because we have that as a main activity. So basically it means like when the user is successfully login, then it should go to that particular activity. Okay, so here currently I'm considering my main activity as home activity. Okay, so yeah, this is the basic thing for the login part. Now let's see the functionalities work or not, and what is our error, what we are talking about. Okay, as you can see, the by default login activity is displayed because we selected our it as launcher activity. So when we click on go to register, it goes to register activity, that is register employee. And when we click on go to login, it will come back to the login part. So now we have registered our one user, right? Let's try that if it works or not. So we registered our user as abc@gmail.com and password as 123456. If we log in, it should go to home page. Okay, it is not happening. Why? Let's see. uh, okay, as you can see, it shows registration success, but rather than registration we have to message as login success. Login success. Okay, it works, right? It works. So let's run it again and try to enter the non-user values, or can just xyz@gmail.com, password something like that. When we click on that, error, internal error has occurred. So basically user is not present, that's why it is showing that particular error. So now suppose my username is correct or email id is correct, but my password is not matching. So I will type only four letters, and when I say click on login, it should display me password incorrect, invalid login credentials. So in that easy way it displays the error by itself, so that we can, or user also can understand what is wrong, and what he is doing or she is doing wrong with that, right? So this is nothing but the basic functionality provided by Firebase, like user creation and user login. So there is another thing called session management. With the help of Firebase authentication, we can also manage the sessions as well. Like if the user is already registered, it should not be registered again. Or if user is logged in the application one time, then if user closes the app and comes next time, it should directly go to home page, like these kind of functionalities. So this is the advanced part. For this purpose currently we are not looking into it, but we can do that easily, or you can go to actual documentation how it can be done. It will surely help you a lot. So I think for this part and authentication part, this is enough introduction from my side. If you have any doubt or query, you can ask in the comment section. So I think I forgot to tell you about this particular object. If I am wrong, so basically we have to use our Firebase authentication, as we used the Firebase or database reference as a reference for our real-time database. So for authentication part, we have to use Firebase auth, and this is our variable name. And same, we have to get the instance of that authentication. That's it. No need to worry about that. Okay, and with the help of this variable we can perform our different functionalities later. Okay, so this is nothing but Firebase authentication with the help of your Android Studio. So yeah, hope you understand it in a easy way. If you find anything complex, please feel free to ask in the comment box. I will surely reply as soon as possible. And yeah, thanks for joining. And the last video of the Firebase series would be there for the storage. It might be a very long or a little bit long compared to all these videos, because Firebase storage is another concept and requires a little bit of understanding. Okay, so yeah, Thank you for joining in this video, and thanks for watching.